After a little bit of clerical error, she is still leading by 4, but the records are she is 65 and 41, and I'm underrated 61 and 45. Yeah, that must be it. And it's unfortunate because I got so many opportunities to catch up, and I think this is going to be the week.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, this season's been totally messed up. I don't know. There's so unpredictable games.
See, I want her to make her picks on the pain meds because I think she would have fallen off a little bit. I've been like, so Claire, who's going to win San Diego or Denver? Sandwich. And I would write that down because I have scrupulous morals like that when it comes to pick 'em.
The Bulls will win.
And the stakes, if you remember, whoever has the best 17-week regular season record gets to pick the loser's Twitter avatar for the duration of the playoffs. So, fun times.
Do you have your picture picked up for her already?
I don't know. See, I don't know if I want to go full-out sleazeball or I don't want to go too dirty. That's not really my style. I'm just kidding. Don't want to make it explicit, and I don't know. Maybe something painful, like just like the Texans and the Texas A&M Aggies record. Just put that on like a MS Paint. And put it there. Of course, I can't really talk since the Vikings have been pooping up the joint.
What do you think she's gonna do? I bet you do a Vikings thing. Very negative.
I don't know. I bet she'll do something gross like Meg Ryan topless.
What?
That was a Family Guy reference. Meg Ryan topless in the cut. No thanks. No thanks.
Oh, I'm done.
Yep. I wonder what it might be Prince related or trying to think. She's really into like death metal, so maybe it'll be like Judas Priest avatar. You know what kind of music?
They're not death metal. Oh my
god. Or whatever, like Gwar. How about that? Is that death metal? Slipknot.
Gwar and Slipknot. I would be
ICP.
That's completely no.
I see urine.
Do you remember that SNL skit where they did the music festivals and what
Ass Dan.
Ass Dan.
Rest in peace, Ass Dan.
Like Thunder Fist and like all these random band names.
All right, so before we get into picks, did you see that SNL ratings so far are the lowest they've been ever?
Yeah, which I'm really shocked. The episodes have not been too bad at all. First episode obviously was a little rough. I wasn't a big fan of Sarah Silverman either, but it wasn't. They weren't bad at all. It's just I don't know. I think a lot of people like me, Saturday nights, I usually go out. I don't watch them live. I always watch them Sunday morning, usually on Hulu. But I actually thought the last episode was actually pretty funny. I thought they had a lot of good skits. That's kind of how SNL I think is now. You have like a full season and there's like one or two really laugh out loud classic ones, and then just the rest of it's kind of eh. They keep changing the cast too much and all the writings and everything. It's hard to I think it's hard to develop a good audience. You keep changing everyone and getting rid of anyone. They got rid of Nassim and Noël Wells. I was so upset about that this season. So, sorry, my little SNL rant.
Why are you upset, Nick?
They were so cute.
Well, Nassim is on that Mulaney show now, right?
Mulaney.
And Noël Wells is working at the soup kitchen now, right?
Like all comedians, I think she's probably back with. I think she's Second City. I think is where she came from. A lot of comedians who go on SNL are usually from those improv comic tours that are so popular. I think they probably went back to that, if anything.
Which is a shame because, like you said, Noël Wells, hot.
She was a cutie. She was that quirky cutie. Yeah.
Like Lorde.
Yeah, like Lorde. I put her above Lorde, actually.
All right. When you're on next time, we'll have to do celebrity face rankings.
Face rankings.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, but let's get into the picks. Like I said, Claire is leading by 4 games, but I got some hope. We differ on a couple picks this week, and I think we'll get it done. And Nick, you have some Week 8 picks as well?
Yes. If there's anything people want to listen to, it's the guy who knows the least about football and doing his picks.
All right, let's do that. As always, I made my picks first. I got Claire's picks while she was on the morphine drip, so maybe there's a little bit of consternation in there. And then Nick, whenever I read off the game, why don't you tell me who's going to win and why, starting with Thursday Night Football. San Diego Chargers at the Denver Broncos. Claire has the Broncos winning at home. I got the Chargers in an upset. Nick, what say you?
You're going to love this, actually. I'm picking the Chargers, too.
Dun, dun, dun. All right, so we're doomed.
I want the Broncos to win, but I'm doing that whole reverse psychology type of thing because I love Peyton Manning. I'm thinking Phillip Rivers is a beast, though, and I think the Broncos, they're on that high horse. They might get a little... I would not be surprised if they fall off, and they're going to fall off. Their best bet's going to be they're going to fall off to the Chargers.
Why do you want the Broncos to win, Nick?
Fantasy.
I suppose. All right, but Peyton could throw for 6 touchdowns, all of them to Ronnie Hillman for some reason, then San Diego could still win, right?
Yeah, it wouldn't bother me.
There you go. And just looking at this, Claire and I differ on 7 games this week. So this is the theme for Week 8 Pick'em. It makes sense because this is the middle of the season, that this is where the rubber meets the road. Well, it's not the exact middle of the season, is it? That'd be Week 9, I guess, in a 17-week season. But whatever. Mumble Peg, first noon game, technically noon game, but it's playing in London. Detroit at Atlanta. Atlanta is terrible, as Detroit is both Claire and my picks. Nick, who's going to win this game over in jolly London town?
I got the Lions.
Defense.
Why? Defense, baby.
Yeah, and Atlanta is just terrible. We saw that firsthand in the Vikings game, that their offensive line was terrible to begin with, and they have injury issues. And, yeah, Matt Ryan's not the same. That defense is not improved, and Julio Jones is dinged up, and what are they going to do?
Isn't Roddy White also injured too?
Yeah, Roddy White's perpetually injured, and Steven Jackson is like 87 years old, and they won't give the ball to Anton Smith for some reason.
Which is too bad. I always liked the Falcons, but, I mean, they just cannot get a break. And, I thought they were looking good at the beginning of the year, but then I cannot believe it. I don't think I did not realize they were playing in England. So, yeah, jolly good.
Good. And
yeah, unfortunately, I don't want the Lions to win, but they are good, and it doesn't help the Vikings cause. But yeah, I'm going Lions.
No, the Vikings aren't helping the Vikings cause right now. Buffalo at the New York Jets, featuring new weapon Percy Harvin. I got the Jets winning at home. Claire has Buffalo and Neckbeard on the road. Nick, what say you?
I got the Bills.
You would.
I took Buffalo. And I'm not just using the game that we played this last week, but yeah, the Jets can still play like the Jets, and I feel like they could. I feel like they'll make mistakes and cost.
You would take her side just because you want to get with her.
Whoa,
that's great.
Lawyer says no comment. Sorry.
You got no comment. Baltimore at Cincinnati. I have Baltimore on the road. Claire has the terrible Cincinnati Bengals at home in the Queen City. Nick, who you got winning?
I got the Ravens.
Damn right. Seattle at Carolina. Claire has Carolina getting it done at home. I got Seattle on the road.
I got Seattle on the road too. I think they obviously played poorly last week. I'm thinking they would that whole swing thing. You do bad one week, do good the next week.
Yeah, I think this team was reeling a little bit from the Percy Harvin news since that broke on Friday. Then they had to go to St. Louis and play a not terrible St. Louis team on the road, division rival. I think they take this week, get refocused. It is an East Coast game coming from the West Coast, but Carolina is garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think Seattle gets it done. Chicago at New England. Claire and I both have Patriots at home. Nick, who you got?
I got the Patriots too.
You would.
Just not because I think the Patriots are that much better, but because I just hate the Bears so much.
Bears. A lot of infighting. Brandon Marshall calling everyone out on the team, Kyle Long calling out the fans, Jay Cutler canceling his radio appearance, being smoking Jay Cutler again, and yeah. We all know who the real winner is, though, Kristen Cavallari.
Oh, yeah, God, she was cute.
Now, Kristen Cavallari or Lauren Conrad?
I like Lauren a little bit more just because I think she seemed more wholesome, and obviously Family Guy, because Family Guy is phenomenal, and her appearance on that was one of my favorite ones of the later seasons.
I don't know, Nick. You seem like a Team Heidi and Spencer type of guy. I really hate that I made all those references. Moving on to manlier things. Well, not really so manly. Sorry, Claire. Texans at Titans. I have Tennessee at home. Claire obviously has Houston on the road. Nick, who you got?
I got the Titans. I need the Titans to do good because I have Delaney Walker in one of my leagues, and I need him to start producing more.
Bishop Sankey ain't shit.
Oh yeah, Shanky too. Yeah, and he's producing. He's probably the most active player on that team. So
being the most active player on the Titans is like saying you're the most active corpse at the morgue.
Yep.
Titans are terrible, even though they won last week, but whatever. Washington is worse. Miami at Jacksonville, the Battle of Florida. I have Jacksonville winning at home. Claire has the Dolphins on the road. Nick, who you got?
I got the Dolphins.
You would. Why?
I got Tannehill.
Because the Dolphins make you cry?
They do not make me cry.
Oh, I feel you.
No, I'm liking the Dolphins this year. I'm thinking they'll do good things.
Nick, you have to acknowledge my smart Hootie and the Blowfish reference.
No.
Remember Jerry Maguire when the kid comes up to Cuba Gooding Jr.'s character and he's like, "Are you Hootie?" No, I am not Hootie. I guess that kind of fits because it's a football movie. Yeah. St. Louis at Kansas City, the Battle of Missouri. Claire and I both have Kansas City winning at home. Who you got?
Hang on, I lost it. Oh, did you say the St. Louis and Chiefs?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. It's all black and white here. I picked the Rams.
You got St. Louis on the road.
I do have St. Louis on the road.
That's hot, even though Brian Quick is garbage.
I think he's overdue to come back.
You dunk is garbage.
He has to come back. No. I like that Tavon Austin too. So.
Gophers at Buccaneers. Just kidding. Vikings at Buccaneers. I got to do it. I got to stick with the Rube pick. I got the Vikings on the road. Tampa Bay coming off a bye, but they're still terrible. Claire has Tampa at home because she likes to stick it in my craw. Nick, who you got?
I got the Vikings. I cannot choose the Vikings.
Cannot not choose the Vikings.
If we're gonna win against a team, it's gonna have to be the Bucs. It's gonna have to be Leslie's team, Lovie Smith's team. We gotta, two of the best Thursday night teams to ever play are finally playing together. So I can't wait to watch it. Actually,
now when the Buccaneers were in the NFC Central, back when there was only 3 divisions per conference, it always seems like the Vikings struggled with them down in Tampa. Hopefully that doesn't hold true on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm gonna be cheering my best for the Vikes. The Vikings have to realize like this. We gotta stop messing around. We gotta start playing football.
And you know that Cordero is going to do nothing, even though he's on my bench, and that's fine. And then Doug Martin, who I just traded, is going to go off for like 5 touchdowns. And not even good touchdowns, like Matt Asiata-esque 1-yard fall into the end zone type touchdowns.
You got to give our defense more credit. I think the defense can. I have more faith in Zimmer's defense than.
All right, so we're already away from the picks. We're into Vikings griping again. But that was the last of the 7 games that Claire and I differ on. Philly at Arizona. We both have Arizona at home. Nick, who you got? Arizona. All right.
Yep.
Oakland at Cleveland. We both have Cleveland getting it done at home. Nick, who you got?
I have I have the Browns.
Not going to go on a limb with the Raiders?
No, I love the team name because my high school was Roseville Raiders, but Nope. Sorry, David Carr.
You guys didn't have many Asians